Hi everybody, welcome back to another week at Camp Challenge. Today we're gonna just jump right in. Let's all stand up and we're gonna get warmed up. Let me move my chair. Alright, so first thing I want you to do is I want you to try and touch the ceiling. Ready? And then touch your toes. Okay, now repeat after me. This is my talking voice. This is my singing voice. Yeah! Alright, so I want you to stay standing. I'm gonna take a seat at my piano. My little piano here. I just have to turn it on first. Okay. It works. So let's get started. All right. Today we're gonna start off using our singing voices. I want you to sing on na. We're gonna go na 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 na. Okay. So listen to me first, and then we'll take it from there. So it's gonna go like this. Na 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 na. All right. Let's all do it together. All right. So ready, sing. Na 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 na. Woo! All right, cool. Now this time I want you to say it's gonna be the same thing, but I want you to do it on ooh, ooh, like a scary ghost or something. Okay? So ready, ready, ooh, ready, sing, ooh, 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 stop right there. Okay. All right. So for our next little bit, we're gonna do the same thing again, but we are going to I'm thinking horses this week. We're gonna neigh like horses. Okay. We're gonna say neigh, 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 neigh. All right, but let's instead of nice and beautiful, like a neigh, 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 we're gonna go neigh, 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 neigh. All together, ready, sing, neigh, 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 neigh. 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 All right, and then one last neigh. Not even singing, we're just gonna neigh like a horse. Ready? Neigh! Okay. Alright, we're gonna sing the song that we learned last week, Apple Tree, okay? So, it goes like this. Apple tree, will your apples fall on me? I won't cry and I won't shout if your apples knock me out. All right, want to sing it with me? Yes, yes you do. Okay, ready? Apple tree, all together. Ready, sing. Apple tree, will your apples fall on me? I won't cry and I won't shout if your apples knock me out. All right, cool. So, next, we're going to go on and we're going to review a little bit about what we talked about last week, tone color, and then we're going to learn some new stuff. Okay, so last week we were talking about tone color. Now, if you remember, tone color is what we use to describe how different sounds sound, okay? And we talked a little bit about the different ways that or the different things that affect tone color, that change what something sounds like. There was 3 big things that we talked about. The first one was its size. The size of an instrument or whatever, like a person, right? Or a truck affects the sound that comes out of it. So usually in music, usually in life, really, the smaller an object, the higher, like right up here, the sound it makes, and the bigger something is, usually, the lower the sound it makes, okay? Right? Just think about dogs. Puppies make sounds up here, and big dogs go boof, boof, right? All the way down there, okay? So size is one of the things that affects tone color. Now, another thing that affects it is what the thing is made out of. We talked a lot about instruments, because instruments, it's really easy to see that they're made out of different things, right? It's really easy to see when something is made out of wood or when something is made out of metal. And we know that what it's made out of changes how it sounds. So usually things made out of wood are more mellow and calm and nice and not as sharp sounding. And things made out of metal are usually very bright, and their sound is really pingy, right? And it's a very, you can tell when you hear something usually what it's made out of. Sometimes you can't, but a lot of the time you can. Now, the third thing that we talked about was how you play the instrument. Okay, so how you play an instrument can give you a lot of clues as to what it's going to sound like. For instance, when we talk about drums, right, we hit drums. So when we hit a drum, we know that usually when we hit things, it makes a shorter sound. It's not a very long sound. Now, that's not always the case with drums, but drums are a good example of things that we use a lot of different things to play them, okay? Now, we know that we can hit things like drums. We can blow into things like wind instruments like the trumpet and the clarinet. And we know that we can shake things like the maraca. We can scrape things like the güiro, and many different things like that. All these different things affect how it sounds to you. Now, to tie that in to something that I want to talk to you guys about is I want to show you guys a new instrument every week. I wanted to last week, but I didn't get the chance to. This week, though, I'm really excited to show you an instrument. And before I play the instrument, we're going to think about what its tone color is going to sound like, what it's going to sound like. You've probably heard this instrument before and you know what it sounds like, but let's think about it in terms of tone color and what we've been talking about, okay? So let me just go over and grab my saxophone. Okay, so now I've went and I've grabbed my saxophone. Okay, so let's use our knowledge of tone color to think about the saxophone, and then I'll play some for you. Okay, so let's think about this. The size of the saxophone. Is it a big instrument? Not really. It's about medium sized. So what does that tell us? Do we think that the sound will be very high pitched or very low pitched? What about the material that it's made out of? Can you see it? Is this made out of wood? Or is it made out of metal? And finally, how do you play the saxophone? Do you hit it? Do you rub it? Do you blow into it? All those things, I want you to think about them. Think about, what might it sound like? We know that it's made of something, right? It's what it's made out of. We know how we play it. And we know that what size it is, right? It's not too small and it's not too big. Okay? So, here we go. The instrument of the week for this week is the saxophone. Alright, so I misplaced my music, but now I found it. So, here's what the saxophone sounds like. So, what you just heard was the saxophone. Did it sound anything like you thought it would? If not, that might be because there's two different kinds of saxophone playing. There's classical saxophone and jazz saxophone. What you just heard was classical saxophone. I went to school to be a classical saxophonist, so I'm mostly good at that. But now I'm going to play some jazz for you as well. Okay, hey guys, so now we're over at my computer. I wanted to show you a picture of the saxophone family. So, just like stringed instruments, saxophones come in lots of different sizes. This is the one that I was playing right here, the alto saxophone. As you can see, it's one of the smaller saxophones that there are. So, in general, it is a higher pitched instrument, but as we talked about, as you press down keys, you can make it sound lower, but never as low as, say, the tenor or baritone saxophones. Alright, mostly why we're on my computer is so that I could show you guys some of my favorite saxophone artists, people that play the saxophone. I have a couple that I want to show you, and I won't show you the whole thing, but I will link the videos in the description so that way you can go check them out yourself. Okay? So here's the first one. This guy's name is John Coltrane. He was one of the pioneers, which means people who did a lot for saxophones. We'll listen to a little bit of this. He's a jazz saxophonist. So, he was doing a little bit of improvisation at the beginning there. He has other songs, such as Giant Steps, that don't start with improvisation. I'll link Giant Steps in the description. I just wanted you to see that he was a real person. Now, here is someone, another saxophonist who is a jazz saxophonist named George Adams. There he is. Wow, I really love that song. So, here is classical saxophone. This man's name is Joseph Loloff. He is still alive today and is a teacher at one of the biggest schools in the United States. So, if that song sounds familiar, it's because that was the song that I played for you guys earlier. So, I just wanted to show you a couple examples of some jazz saxophonists and some classical saxophonists. And I'm going to link a couple more that I think that you'll find interesting in the description so that you can go listen to saxophone and explore the sound of it for yourself. Now, I'm going to put the summative question on the screen. Okay, so our summative question for today is I want you to type in the comments one of the parts of the saxophone. Now, I want to remind you guys, you might have seen this in other videos, but I want to tell you now, there is going to be an incentive, a reward for the person that comments and watches the most videos and answers the most summative questions. So I want you to think really hard or go back in the video and try to find one of the parts of the saxophone so that you can write it in the comments and so that you can get a reward at the end of the week for being the person in your grade with the most questions answered. All right, so now let's go back to me in person and learn a song. All right, hey K-1. So to close off this week, we're gonna learn another song. So last week we learned Apple Tree. This week we're gonna learn a song called Bow Wow Wow. What do you think it's gonna be about? Cats? No, it's probably about dogs, right? So I will sing it first, and then we will sing it. We will echo sing it, okay? And then next week we'll sing it to begin class. Cool. So me first. Bow wow wow, whose dog art thou? Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Bow wow wow. That's it. It's a nice short song, okay? So the last part of it goes like this. Listen. Bow wow wow. Bow wow wow. All right, let's sing that together. Me first and then you. Bow wow wow. Your turn. Good. All right, so the last line goes like this. Little Tommy Tucker's dog. So say, little Tommy, Tucker's dog, Tucker's dog. Okay? So listen to me and then echo. Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Your turn. Ready? Ready, sing. Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Bow, wow, wow. All right, let's put those two together. Ready, sing. Little Tommy Tucker's dog. Bow, wow, wow. Okay, so the first part of the song goes like this. Bow, wow, wow, whose dog art thou? So that last part that I just sang, the words are this. Repeat after me. Whose dog art thou? Now, art thou is an old way of saying whose dog are you? But we're going to say, whose dog art thou? Okay? Say that with me. Whose dog art thou? Good. So we're going to sing, bow, wow, wow, whose dog art thou? Ready, sing, bow, wow, wow, whose dog art thou? All right, let's put it all together. Listen to me sing the whole song, and then we'll sing it together. Bow, wow, wow, whose dog art thou? Little Tommy Tucker's dog, bow, wow, wow. All right, let's sing the whole song together now. Ready, sing, bow, wow, wow, whose dog art thou? Little Tommy Tucker's dog, bow, wow, wow. One more time. Bow, wow, wow, whose dog art thou? Little Tommy Tucker's dog, bow, wow, wow. Woof! All right, cool. I'll see you next week, K-1.